Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So I feel like a mad scientist today. I was looking at, it started off with looking at this, which is from a mosaic, like a book. It was like it's a big book and it's thicker paper, and it had these images. And I've been looking at them and wanting to make little booklets with them, because I think it'd be great to have, you know, as little booklets. So I'm thinking about it, looking at it, and I'm like, So I was looking at my scrap paper, and I was going to put some scrap papers in here, but my end cuts are a little small. They're not like big enough. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. So then I started looking at my scraps of fabric. I have tons of fabric. I mean, it's just tons of it. My mom, she quilts, and she's been quilting my whole life and doing it for a long time. And she's in Alaska, I'm here in Oregon, and she's been shipping me a lot of just her scraps or, you know, her fabrics and stuff that, you know, she doesn't want anymore or need anymore, because she's got tons too. So I have bags and bags full of really nice fabric, because she's actually like a really good quilter and stuff, and she gets all like the high-end fabrics and all that stuff, and I have tons of scraps of it. And I was thinking, what if I made cute little booklets with the fabric scraps? Tons. I mean, there's so many different varieties. They're fun to use in your junk journals and to use them as snippets or anything like that. And I was thinking, I think it'd be fun to make little journals and then sell these in my Etsy shop for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. But for today, I just want to get it together, see what we can come up with, and inspire you guys to make your own. I mean, you could do this with paper. You could do this with, you know, fabrics. You could do it with deli paper. You could do it with all kinds of stuff. I mean, whatever you can think of, you can do this with. So I hope you guys follow along, and let's get started. Okay, so I went through, and you can see in the time lapse, I went ahead and just ripped just a bunch of pieces out. Just different, they're all so different. I mean, different kinds and textures, and I mean, I love color. I'm not scared of it. So there will be some color pieces in here, you know, some fun, just pop of color. I mean, you never know what project you're going to need them for. And these are just going to be great little snippet journals to be able to cut pieces off and rip pieces out. You can even just take this journal and use it as a little art journal, and you can just add little things inside of it and everything. So let me show you what I came up with. So I just did a little scrap closure here. And I think this is moose quilt here. I think it has a little moose on it. So you can see, so you're going to get all kinds of just fun, different things. And like I said, my mom's from Alaska, so she does a lot of moose and a lot of Alaskan stuff. Like this has, what are those called? Puffins? Aren't they cute? I mean, just so much fun material is in here. Okay, so that's the closure. I'm just grabbing scraps and doing closures with them. And this is one of the pieces of the mosaic book, and I went ahead and cut out manila folder or file folder, whatever you want to call it, just some file folder piece for the back. And all of these will be different, like I said. So once I run out of this, you know, the page, all these, I'm gonna throw some Tim Holtz in there, which is just the ideology little booklet. Let me show you, because I'll use these up too, because they're perfect size. So it's the Tim Holtz ideology, and this is great. I'll link it down below if you guys want to come check this out, but my Amazon links. But this is great, and I love the size of the pieces. I mean, these square ones would be fun to use too, but I like the rectangle size. So I'm going to use some of these and put those in the shop too, which I think would be really fun. I mean, you know, why not? I'll use those up, and they got the great cardstock feel. So I just did file folder and just these to size, and I just cut them up, made them perfect. Well, not perfect, but you know, made them junk journal-y. So this is what I did, and I'm going to show you guys step by step. I'll make a booklet with you guys, but all I did is I laid down the scraps that I wanted, and I did 10 pieces. So each little booklet will have 10 pieces of fabric in it, and plus a tie on the front. So this is great for scraps too. And they will all be different sizes. Okay. So let's see what this measures, just by curiosity. So the little booklet is 6 inches wide. So there'll be, some of them will be at least 6 inches. Some are over, you can see, you know, they're poking over the side, which I think is fun. And and then the widths are all different, but this is the gist of it. I just went ahead and laid down 10 pieces and then did some sewing in between. So, and I used a piece of fabric to attach the front and the back. I did it on the inside too. So anytime, like if you want to make a little journal with it, which is just a great idea. I mean, you could, you know, do some pretty pockets on it, and you can even do some hand stitching in it, and you can do anything you want. Or you could just take them, you know, and just take a little snip and rip it off and use this in a project, or, you know, take it and rip it. Or you could just take your stitch ripper, and probably the best way to do that would just come along the side here and just, you know, like this. Like if you just want to use the fabrics, you can just take it and just take your stitch ripper and rip it along the side right there. And then all of these will come out. So then you guys have fun little scrap pieces to play with in your journals. And like I said, they're all going to be different. There will not be one the same because I have just so much fabric and stuff. I mean, some of the little booklets will have, you know, the same little pieces in it, of course, until I go through this scrap pile, and then I'll throw some more in there and do some different things and I'll try to keep incorporating different things. And I'm going to make these affordable, so they'll be fun just to have and play with. So I'll make sure to put the link below, and at least come favor them, guys. That helps me out so much. Even if you come into my shop and just push the heart and favor, and it really gets my shop out there and stuff. So, and if you guys are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. That really does help to get the video out there so other people can see and make these fun little booklets. And comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think of them, for sure. Okay, so that one. Now let's go ahead and do a Tim Holtz here. Okay, so I want to make sure that everything's upright, and I want this to be the cover. So I'm laying it out like that. Okay. Just like that. And let's see. It's a nice big piece here. Fabric's taking over. So what I'm doing is just lining it up-ish. I mean, none of this has to be perfect. It's a little scrap pieces here, a little snippet journal. Okay. So we do a little snip and rip here. And I'm just using Fabrifix glue. So I'm just gonna go like this. And these are super fun and easy to make. I mean, like I said, you could do the exact same thing with paper, for sure. Okay. I don't want to leave the bottom part. I think that's fun. The little words down there. So just pop it down. Make sure you have a little gap like I did, maybe, you know, 1/8 of an inch. Just enough to make the journal go like this, you know, have a little closure. And then the sewing, when I sew it, I just sew it right down as close as I can to the middle here. But like I said, they do not need to be perfect. That is the fun part about this. And if you guys have watched my channel, I really don't strive for perfection. I just strive for creativity, you know, and just kind of getting your juices flowing and your imagination going and just different things like that, you know. Like, we do not have to have everything straight and narrow and perfect, and, you know, it doesn't need to be that way. In my mind, you know. Okay. Just rubbing some of that glue off. Now, here's the fun part. You just find your scraps, line it up, and then I'm just taking it and doing a little snip here, and then a rip, and I'm just gonna stack up 10 different pieces here. That's 2. Oh, this one's just fun. Okay, 4. And then you gotta throw in a little snippet. 5. 6. I mean, this is a good amount of material to play with, you know. You can do it in a lot of different journals in the different ways. Like, you could just have this as a little pocket or a belly band, you know, like put it onto a manila piece of folder or, you know, file folder and just glue this down on it. And then you got a belly band and maybe do some fun stitching on it or some, you know, gluing down some fun papers or, you know. Oh, I lost count because I started talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is what we're at. 7, 8. And I'm not ironing them or anything, so they, you know, might come wrinkled or a little folded up, but I don't mind that at all. It just makes it a little more junk journal-y. 8, is that what I was on? I know you guys are like, we're on 8. Jeez. Okay, 9. See, this looks coffee dyed, but it's not. This is just part of the material. Oops. Wow. 9. And I'll keep that all frayed because that's fun. Yeah, look at that. Is that cool? Sometimes I have so much, you guys, so this is just so much fun to share it with you. And then I haven't used this one yet, right? I love this one. Okay. Sure, so everybody can have a little piece of this because that's fun. Okay, 10. We did it. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is this little one. 8, 9, 10. Oh, see, some of them, you know what? I'll get to chatting and you get 11 of them. Okay. So then this just folds like that. And that's what it'll look like. Is that fun? So it just kind of has a fun little character to it. But what I'm going to do, and this is the best way I thought of doing this, is you guys can clip it. I mean, for sure, if you want to. Just to keep it in place, you know. Okay, so when I go to the sewing machine, I turn it this way. And then I just hit as close as I can to that middle line. I mean, some of it will be a little wonky, but, you know, that's okay. So just, you know, line up your foot of your machine and then just sew it right down the middle. And I'm just doing a straight stitch. And I'm doing the straight stitch further apart just so it, you know, doesn't rip out or is easy and, you know, you don't want it just falling out. So I just did a bigger stitch. Just put my stitch all the way over to the, you know, the biggest like that. But you could do it however you want. I'm just doing a straight stitch pretty much. So I'm going to take this to my machine and I will be back. Okay. So I'm going to do these. And I'm leaving the threads long because that's really fun. So there we go. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? You could keep it like this if you want, but I totally forgot to put the back piece on it. Jeez, I'm yakking away. But I glue the back piece on it too. So let's see what we use on the inside. This, but I guess it doesn't have to be the same. Darn it. got to yakking away with you guys. And let's see, what I'm trying to find is like a piece that's kind of, I mean, I just got tons of baggies full. I mean, I even have some of this stuff. That's the rickrack and some fancy stitching. And I mean, this is just a bunch of stuff I have here. I was trying to find pieces that aren't perfect. Like this. See how it's not like a perfect square, but you got like this piece. Now that will be perfect to use. Okay. So before you sew it, just lay a piece of fabric down and glue it just like you did on the inside. I know, I got too excited. But we'll make another one. We'll make another one because these are fun. I'm going to be just making a bunch of these. And like I said, they're all going to be different. And these would be great to clip into your junk journals. Just to have some, you know, add a little cuteness. These would be great little, see, they're just glue it. Yeah, just glue it down. But that just gives it a little extra. And then if you, I could probably go back and I'll sew it again. Just to sew it. But these would be great to just, you know, clip. You could take a cute little clip and just clip it into your journal up at the top or on the side or just, you know, however you want, but just incorporate it into your journal. And wouldn't this be fun? I mean, how fun are these? I'm having so much fun. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do another one, and I'll just sew that later. So we're getting there. I'm gonna lose the journals in the mix of my pile like that. I won't be able to find it at all. I'm like, where did they go? I know I made them, so I should throw them to the side. I don't even know where that other one went. You guys probably know. Ah. Aha. Okay. So there we go. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do on the other one too is the tie. And so I'm just taking it, and even if it smushes those up, I don't mind it. And I'm just doing a loose knot. Just like that. Just to have a little loose knot. So all of them will have a little piece of fabric tied to it. And let's see. So it's like these little linen pieces, which was fun. And then they weren't long enough, so I tied two together. So let's see. Let's see how fun that could be. How cute is this? So it just reminds you of like a little rag book, which is awesome. And these pieces that you get and stuff, like this would take dye, great. Like if you wanted to coffee dye it and stuff, I mean, they're perfect. So just soak in some coffee or take your, you know, coffee sprayer. I got some in a spritzer here. Just some coffee and just do some spritzing. And yeah, I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. You could even open up this journal and take some acrylic paints and some dye, some, you know, Rit dye and stuff. I've showed you guys my Rit dye, but I'm just trying to give you guys some examples here because they're fun. Like Rit dye, it's just it's great for fabric or papers, and I dye all my stuff with that. Also put it into a spray bottle. Like this is aqua marine, just like a blue. And like, you imagine just taking some and just spritz, and do all that, and maybe splat some gesso on it, and just, you know, keep it open, let it dry out, and you'd have all this grungy little goodness to play with. I mean, that could be so much fun. There's just so many options you could do. Okay. Yeah, I was just looking through my fabrics and stuff and my papers, and, you know, it started with this. Like I said, it just started with that piece of paper, and I'm all, you know, those would be great little booklets, and I was going to just do little booklets with you guys, but then I was like, I need to, you know, use up some scraps, because I think we all need to use up some scraps, you know. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that one, because, geez, I have so many scraps that it's, why not use them up, you know? Why not use them up? Okay, so there, I'm just going to tie it. I mean, how fun is that? So there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more going and make another little booklet, probably in a time lapse, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Okay, so I got a bunch done here. And for the ties on the outside, I started ripping some of this, and it's like a big tablecloth here. It's like a huge just tablecloth, and it's great. And it's 100% cotton. This one's 100% cotton. So I'm wondering maybe this other fabric might be too, the one, because they're pretty similar. So this one might be cotton too, but I love the way it frays and the way it looks like that. So I'm going to stick with this for the journals and stuff to tie on the front. So I got a bunch here, and yeah, I mean, I would love to hear in the comments what you guys think. I mean, look at all these. I'm having way too much fun. Just all these little journals. I got a bunch ready to go. So I'll make sure to throw them into my Etsy shop, and you guys come check them out. And thank you guys for following along, and I hope you found this informational. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys will see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.